always said a bank isn't a place to lock up money. It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Rosenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, is passing on the savings to you. This week, get an 8% discount on all John Deere power washers and generators. For those who take cleaning seriously or are looking for portable power, this sale is for you. So now is the time to take advantage of the 8% discounts. Stop into the parts department at any of the 9 Rosenberg Implement locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming this week to take advantage of the 8% discount on all John Deere power washers and generators. Rosenberg Implement, servicing your growing needs since 1937.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and will be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America. Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS. Do you have a...
The weather still might be cold, but it's never too early to think about how you want to spend those upcoming summer days. Owyhee Federal Credit Union is running their recreational loan special that offers 90 days no payments and terms up to 15 years. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union get you ready for those sunny days ahead.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong. Because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth-generation family-owned and operated.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Dan O's Marine in Fort Pierre is now selling Vexus and Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoons. Dan O's is the only Vexus dealer in South Dakota. Come in and see our new selection of Vexus boats for your fun on the water. They still service Yamaha and Mercury motors. We can also supply your rigging needs from Minn Kota and Ghost trolling motors or Humminbird, Lowrance, and Garmin depth finders. We also carry tubes, skis, and ski ropes and can even order knee boards. Stop in today or give us a call at 605-224-6612.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities. Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Rosenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, is passing on the savings to you. This week, get an 8% discount on all John Deere power washers and generators. For those who take cleaning seriously or are looking for portable power, this sale is for you. So now is the time to take advantage of the 8% discounts. Stop into the parts department at any of the 9 Rosenberg Implement locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming this week to take advantage of the 8% discount on all John Deere power washers and generators. Rosenberg Implement, servicing your growing needs since 1937.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
Logan Severson. Tight ends are both returning starters. Juniors Trevor Marshall and Gavin Barber. The guards are 234-pound junior Bo McGee, 223-pound sophomore James Miles. Here's where there's a little bit of an advantage for Sully Buttes in size. The center is Tatum LaRoche. Tom Moore in his second season as Sully Buttes head coach, 7-3 a year ago. Starting lineup brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities in the community to serve now the law on the field. Brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. We'll introduce the officials in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you, so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
Benny Hines is the referee, and he
Stanley
is just
County will receive. Some gets deferred.
That Sully
Ladies
Buttes
and gentlemen,
deferred
again,
the toss.
thank you for coming to this
And
tonight's opening game.
Sully Buttes chose to defer, and Stanley County will receive it. Ryan Schuchart, the umpire. Bramber Crick, the head linesman. Houston Hines, the line judge. Clint Kinney is the back judge. Stanley County wearing their road mainly white tops, purple numerals, and the piping with the gold trim. The gold pants with the purple and white trim. White helmets with that Buffalo logo on the side. Sully Buttes in their home purple uniforms with white numerals. They have, I haven't seen this look, they have gold pants. It's a pretty nice look, and gold helmets. Stanley County from our left to right. Bauman Lumber brings you this video action of the game online at the KGFX page of the DRG News app and at drgnews.com. So Stanley County
the kick for the Chargers.
will have the football first. Again, it was Sully Buttes that won the toss, but deferred, so Stanley County will have the football first. Brian Menning taking care of the video this evening. It is hot, and we'll tell you how hot in just a bit. We hope you enjoy the action from Oneida. And the boot comes at about his 17, and faking a reverse is Brendan Bothwell. Cuts left toward the 15 to the 17-20 left sideline. Brendan is to his 25 and 30, and finally brought down near his 37.
Bothwell with the return.
Good return. Cooper Falkenhagen, the freshman, was able to bring him down, but there is not bad field position on their first drive of the season for Stanley County. Brock Zabe, the senior, spotted at the 35. Left hash, wide side to the right, from our left to right. You'll have Colton Brady. Remember, Colton is 778 yards a year ago, but 280 of those and 3 touchdowns came in one game against White River. 1st and 10, Stanley County starts from their 35, and the handoff to Brady up the middle at the 35, 40, and a yard further to the 41. Atticus Miles, the linebacker, brought him down.
Brady with the run.
In fact, that's closer to the 42. Let's give 7 to
Tackled by
Colton
Marshall.
on that
Gain of about 7 on the play. Brings
first
up second
carry
down.
of the season. Ball control. Stanley County can do that for a lot of the year. They're going to be in every game they play. 2nd and 3 from their 42. Handoff up the middle. Brady takes it with 2 hands and drags the tackler across the 45. That's enough for the first down. It's Miles again, but Brady in the first 2 carries of this new season has gained 11 to 12 yards.
1st and 10 for the Buffaloes.
The Buffs are to their 47. How hot is it? It's 94 degrees. It feels like it's a 101 because of 47% humidity. A little bit of a breeze south to southeast at 10, but frankly, it's not helping much. Stay indoors if you need to. 1st and 10 from their 47 for Sully Buttes. A throw right by Zabe, caught in the flat Barrett Schweitzer. 45, 40, breaks the tackle. Left sideline, he's still going, and he's out of bounds before he made it to the 30-yard line. They're going to spot him back at the
pass. The Schweitzer's complete.
37-yard line, but it is a good job by Schweitzer to break one tackle at the 30.
It's good for Stanley County first down.
7. A 16-yard gain. And 1st and 10 for Stanley County. A minute and a half into the game. They have spotted at the Sully Buttes 37-yard line. Zabe rolls it around the right end with Brendan Bothwell, the sophomore, another young man who proved last year he has
with the carry,
plenty of speed.
Whittler. Gain of about 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6.
Leslie Whittler made the stop after he gained 4 to the Sully Buttes 33 at 2nd down and 6. Buffs began this drive at their 35. About 2 minutes in, they've advanced to the 34-yard line of Sully Buttes. No score, first quarter, first drive of the new season. Lone back is Brady, wing to the left. And a toss sweep left for Colton Brady. Wants a block, has one from Richardson, but good pursuit. Brings Brady down just inside
Brady with the carry, tackled by Barber.
the 30-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
That is a good play by Gavin Barber. Coming up from the Mike linebacker spot, or it would have been a pretty good gain. Instead, it's back to the 31. 3rd down and about 4 for Stanley County on this first drive of their new season. Fake the handoff, and a Zabe roll right. Throws right down the middle, and it's intercepted. The ball was thrown a little too low, and Logan Severson, the lone senior on
pass is intercepted by Severson.
The Sully Buttes Chargers leaped in front of the pass to intercept it. And Stanley County, after moving it to the 31-yard line of Sully Buttes, has a turnover on their first possession. They back Sully Buttes up to their own 6, and that's where they'll start with 9:14 left in the first quarter, no score. Our opening kickoff tonight brought to you by our friends at Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Let's hear from those good folks, and then we'll have the first Sully Buttes play of the new season in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
You'll hit a home run. when shopping Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. From the freshest meat and produce around to great deli and bakery selections, Dakota Mart has it all. Hardware, lawn care, and ridding of weeds. They have that too. Their friendly staff is more than happy to help in any way possible. Home service.
And it's an Agtegra timeout, as you can imagine, because of needed hydration. They're going to take more than the normal breaks that are mandated because, like I said, it feels like a 101-degree night. Acres Head can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So let's take a minute break. 9:14 left first quarter. Sully Buttes will have it with their first possession. They're scoreless with Stanley County. Back in 1 minute on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Sully Buttes lines up for their first play of their new season from their own 6. And it is a pitch left to Lucas Arkerin with one tackle broken. Cuts left now back right, and Lucas is forward to
Arkerin with the carry.
Around his own 9-yard line for a gain of 3. Tried to cut left and then back right.
Colda.
And it is
on the play, brings up
sophomore Case Colda, who will probably see a lot of time on both sides of the ball for Sully Buttes. He's the nose tackle. He also is the buff center. They'll give him 4 yards to their own 10. 2nd and 6 for Sully Buttes from right to left in their purple tops and gold pants. Whittler claps his hands, but then the official throws a flag. Because there may have been a movement a little early. Let's see what Benny Hines tells us. Yeah, it's a false start on Sully Buttes to back them up 5.
2nd and 11.
So they will be backed up to their own 5-yard line, and that'll make it 2nd down and 11 to go. If you're just joining us, Stanley County threw an interception on their first possession after they had driven from their own 35 to the Sully Buttes 31-yard line. Now Sully Buttes, after the penalty, 2nd down and 11. They're backed up to their own 5. Atticus Miles is wide to the left. There's a wide out to the right, too. Whittler claps his hands. Wes, under some pressure, breaks away from one tackle, rolls to the right, directs traffic, lobs it right, and it is incomplete. Nearly a very nice catch by Trevor Marshall, the tight end. It was a back shoulder play to his left shoulder. He was well covered, but the ball just a little behind him. And now it is 3rd and long for Sully Buttes, 3rd and 11, back at their own 5-yard line. And for Stanley County, what a stop this would be. But they've got to make one more stop. Again, more numbers, 31 players out for Stanley County. And to try to keep fresh people on the field, obviously on a night like this, is going to be very crucial. Gavin Barber, the tight end, is wide to the right. He's one of 2 to the right. For Sully Buttes, from left to right at their own 5, they're 3rd and 11. Hand clap by Whittler, and hands it, big hole through left guard, and a flag is down as Miles made the carry.
Miles with the carry.
Out past
play
his
on the play.
10 to his own 13, but let's see what the flag is, and let's see where the play ends. Because this will all depend whether Stanley County takes this penalty. Yeah, they're talking to the Buffs, so it's on the Sully Buttes Chargers. The gain was not far from the first down marker. They needed around the 16, but it's a moot point here as a hold is called on Sully Buttes. So their second penalty
It'll be about half the distance to a goal, replay, third down.
Is going to back them up. Back again to around the 4 or 5 yard line. Back to the 3, in fact, where it's 3rd and 13. No score. 7:54. Clock runs again. First quarter on a hot night in Oneida. It is August, but this is a little much. Whitler, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right. And a toss left up by Arquin. Stanley County has it. Touchdown! Orkeran dropped the ball.
The end zone by Stanley County. Touchdown.
And it is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. Paxton Dale, I believe it was, who fell on it. In any case, it is Stanley County on top. As Arkeran took the long pitch, never had it in his hands, juggled the ball, and Deal fell on it for the score. And Stanley County's defense puts points on the board. Remember, this team forced 18 turnovers a year ago. They had a +4 turnover ratio. Tonight they're even after they turned it over, but their turnover leads to points. And they'll go for 2 with Brock Zabe in to try to make it an 8-point lead. They line up at the left hash for the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers to the right. One is Brady. Zabe looks for someone open, rolls right, now left, trying to cut around, and he is cut down instead. Well done by Logan Severson back to the 5-yard line. But Stanley County's defense scores 6-0. Stanley County over Sully Buttes with 7:33 left in the first quarter in Oneida. Back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America. Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Aaron Cantu will kick off for Stanley County. Lucas Arcorn and Gavin Barber, the deep men for Sully Buttes, back it around there. It's a defensive touchdown. A dropped ball by Lucas Arcorn. And Paxton Deal fell on the end zone for the Sully Buttes, for the Stanley County score. They lead Sully Buttes 6-0. 7:33 first quarter in Oneida, and we're glad to have you with us. Remember, Stanley County won up here a couple of years ago. Ebron Cantu, the senior, ready to boot it. And from left to right, he does. A low squibbing kick. Arkwin takes it around his 18-20 to the 25-yard line, 30. Cuts outside, 40-yard line, midfield, and finally forced out of bounds
with the return
near the 43-yard line of Stanley County.
By Van Way.
Well, Cantu, with that two-hop kick, wanted to keep it away from Arcorn, who has pretty good speed, and he's able to take it all the way to the 43-yard line of Stanley County. So Sully Buttes is in SC territory to begin their second possession. 7:24 in the first quarter, 6-0. Stanley County on top over Sully Buttes. A couple of penalties helped stall that first drive for Sully Buttes. Wesley Whitler, the new quarterback, shotgun formation. And before everything starts here, Stanley County is going to take an Agtegra timeout there first. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So we'll take 30. 7:24 first quarter.
Sully Buttes trailing Stanley County 6-0. Back in 30 seconds from Oneida on KGFX.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Not quite right for Stanley County. Tate Gabriel, the assistant, along with Eamon Hofsteiser, but Gabriel talking to his defensive unit. Sully Buttes will start after the good return by Arcorn from the 43-yard line of Stanley County.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Stay alive, don't text and drive.
David Burrow with you in Oneida. Haley Hansen, our studio coordinator. Brian Menning handling the video. Brought to you by Bauman Lumber. Watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. So let's see if Sully Buttes can take advantage of this good field position for them. 1st and 10 at the Stanley County 43 from right to left. Whitler in the shotgun. Oh, and a little bit of movement in the Stanley County line. As Case Colda came out of his stance, and I don't think he was drawn. No, he wasn't. It's Stanley County's first penalty, 5 yards, although they only marked about 4 1/4, but that's all right. It's the first game of the season for the officials, too. 1st and 10, Sully Buttes. 1st and 5, first game for the play-by-play, guy 2 at the Stanley County 38. The field position's even better. Whitler drops from his 47, throws right, wide open, caught Severson near the 10-yard line and down inside the 10.
Whitler's pass to Severson.
Landon Bain, the corner, finally caught up
for another Sully Buttes charger.
But Severson was wide open. Spot that ball all the way down to the 10-yard line. It is a 28-yard gain, and it is 1st and goal for Sully Buttes. So just like that, with 7:09 left in the first quarter, the Chargers now with a great opportunity to tie this game. From right to left, right hash, wide side to the left. Setting up in the backfield, Atticus Miles. Along with Arcarin, who took the handoff and is wrapped up right away.
Is the ball carrier.
Ewan Cantu, good play, the 5'10", 180-pound senior defensive tackle. He had the first hit. It's a loss of a yard, back to 11, and it's 2nd down and goal for Sully Buttes. Next Friday for Stanley County, it's that good DeSmet Bulldog team at Ole Williamson Field. We'll have it for you at 6:30 on KGFX next Friday night. A 3-receiver set to the right for Sully Buttes on 2nd and goal at the Stanley County 11. Whitler usually always has so far lined up in the shotgun formation. Now a whistle. And now Sully Buttes takes their first
Stanley County
Agtegra timeout. And we'll take it too. And you know that Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. No, Stanley County takes the timeout. Official pointed the wrong way, so they've used 2 timeouts. We'll take 30. 6:11 left first quarter. Stanley County up 6-0, but Sully Buttes driving. Back in 30 seconds on KGFX.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, the official just pointed the wrong direction. It's Stanley County again who has to use a timeout on defense. In this same drive, they've had to call 2 timeouts defensively. And Sully Buttes will set up at the 11-yard line, 2nd down and goal. 3 receivers to the left. Severson, Miles, Barber. They're the 3 to the left. Trevor Marshall to the right. Arkerin in the backfield is to the right, moving in the line again, and this is against Sully Buttes.
Flag on the play.
And the Chargers are going to be backed up 5 more. And it looks like the first game of this season. We have
False start against the Chargers. 5-yard penalty remains second down.
seen some timing issues, and you will see that at times in the first game of the year. So back to the SC 16 for Sully Buttes on second down and goal with 6:10 remaining first quarter. 6-0 Stanley County. Paxton Deal landed on a fumble in the end zone for the score. Snap back to Whitler. A screen left to Arkerin has a block. Lucas near the 10-yard line and wrapped up right there in a good play by Barrett Schweitzer, the junior linebacker. Wouldn't let Arkerin cut toward the outside.
With the carry, tackle by Schweitzer.
And off to the screen.
Gain of about
they
3
gained
on the play. Brings up third and
4
goal.
to the 12-yard line of Stanley County, but it's a third and goal, third and long. They had a third and long a moment ago and fumbled it away and gave Stanley County a score. But now, penalty has hurt them again. They still have a chance on third down. Arkerin in the backfield, lining up in the eye. They've used several different looks. Miles in front of him. Severson is on a wing to the left, no wideouts. Whitler rolls right. Wants Barber to cut ahead. Now fakes the pass and is pursued down around the 8 or 9 yard line.
Gain of about 4 on the play.
And he was led by Blaze Frost. Look for someone open on the right side. No one was. So 4th down here and goal. The gain was to the 6-yard line. And Sully Buttes will go for it here with 4:40 left in the first quarter. 6-0 Stanley County on top. Severson is a wing to the right. Wide to the right, Atticus Miles. Arkerin in the backfield. You see the man sent in motion. Barber's in the backfield. Now Sully Buttes takes an Agtegra timeout. Or they might have been called for taking too much time. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So we'll take another 30. 4:25 in the first. Stanley County up over Sully Buttes 6-0. Back on KGFX in 30 seconds.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
3 timeouts already used in this first quarter. Sully Buttes used this one. We're at 4:25 left in the first quarter in Oneida. Stanley County up 6-0. Sully Buttes had a good kickoff return from Lucas Arkerin. Started at the Stanley County 43. Now they face 4th down and 7. 4th and goal, that is, from the Stanley County 7-yard line. So a penalty has set Sully Buttes back a bit. They still do have the chance on 4th down. And again, a little extra time being taken in this timeout so that players can get hydrated and officials can get hydrated. And this is going to happen, let's just face it, and it has to happen every opportunity they can get this evening. Good for these young men. I cannot imagine what it is. It's hard enough to practice in this type of weather. I cannot possibly imagine what it is like to play full speed when it feels like it's 100 degrees. But they are, as everyone around the state of South Dakota is tonight. 11B and 9-man getting started this week. We mentioned in the pregame, good win for White River last night at home over Kadoka area. Of course, the Buffs play later in White River. All right, teams out of the huddle. Big play for Sully Buttes. They're 4th down and goal at the Stanley County 7. Arkerin wide to the left. Miles a slot to the left. Severson a tight end to the left. Trevor Marshall is wide right. Gavin Barber's in the backfield. Wes Whitler in a shotgun formation. Snap to him. Screen to Barber. Catch. 5. Block. Touchdown. Sully Buttes. Gavin Barber, the junior, is the recipient of Wes Whitler's first varsity touchdown pass. It was the screenplay that didn't quite work for the Chargers earlier in the drive. Did very well there, and it's even at 6 with 4:19 left in the first quarter, and now Sully Buttes will have the chance to take the lead. They'll keep the offense in the field and go for 2. So a 43-yard drive after the good kickoff return, and it took a 4th down play, but Sully Buttes reached pay dirt. Wes Whitler will come under center for the 2-point conversion. Line out of the I. Miles dotted by Arcorn. Severson in motion. Fake to Arcorn. He wants to find a man on the right side, and it is incomplete. He went for Marshall, but the ball in front of him. But we have a tie game. 4:19 left in the first quarter in Oneida. Now it's tied. Stanley County 6, Sully Buttes 6. Back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Do you have a...
The weather still might be cold, but it's never too early to think about how you want to spend those upcoming summer days. Owyhee Federal Credit Union is running their recreational loan special that offers 90 days no payments and terms up to 15 years. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pier and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union get you ready for those sunny days ahead.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
The 2 didn't work, so Sully Buttes and Stanley County are tied at 6. 4:19 left in the first quarter in Oneida.
Bothwell and Deal to receive.
So Brendan Bothwell, Paxton Deal are back deep to receive the kickoff of the freshman, Cooper Falkenhagen. We had the expectation of a competitive game, and in the first just about 8 minutes, that's what we've seen. Again, the bunch huddled toward the kickoff place. Now the Chargers all back up. Falkenhagen makes sure everybody's in place. 20, here comes a flag. That's got to be for a block on the back. Bothwell is back to his 32, but that won't be where the Buffs start. No doubt that's a block in the back, and Stanley County will be backed up most likely inside their own 20-yard line.
Legal block in the back against
our family dental of Pier and Gettysburg post-game following our game, and we'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game, so please stay tuned for that.
So that brings up 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes.
Next Friday, it's DeSmet coming to Ole Williamson Field. 6:30 here on KGFX for the Buffs' home opener, after the Buffaloes made the trip to DeSmet a year ago. The penalty cost a little field position for Stanley County. They're backed up to their 15, 1st and 10. From left to right. Max Fote starting his 7th season as the Buffs head coach, the Sully Buttes alum, of course, and Northern State University. Under center, Brock Zaid. Hands off, Brady up the middle. Hole open, still going. 25-30. Brady's to the 40. Brady's to midfield. To the 30. To the 20. He is gone. Colton Brady with an 85-yard touchdown. After 7 scores a year ago, Brady broke one just right up the middle. Nothing at all fancy about that. He just moved forward and barely made it, I got to tell you, in this heat. But nobody else was able to catch up to him. And just like that, It is Stanley County back in the lead at 12-6 with 3:56 left in the first quarter. And what a first quarter we've had, and what a run by Colton Brady. And a running game showing again it might do a lot of good for Stanley County. They go for two again. Brock Zaba's under center. Schweitzer a wing to the right, handed up the middle, and they go with Bain, but he is knocked down short of the goal line. But Stanley County scores and leads again. We'll take a break. 3:56 left, still in the first quarter. What a start. Stanley County 12, Sully Butte 6. Back in 1 minute, 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
But he didn't bother Colton Brady on an 85-yard touchdown run to put Stanley County back in front 12-6, a one-play 85-yard drive. 3:56 left still in a most entertaining first quarter. Goodness, a lot has happened already. Lucas Arkerin and Gavin Barber, they're the deep men for Sully Butte, standing back near their 10 to receive the kick of the senior Aaron Cantu.
Kick for the Buffaloes.
And Stanley County last year averaged 132 yards a game on the ground. And they're not too far from that, we're sure already. Cantu will tee it up. From left to right, Sully Butte's from right to left. Crosswind really out of the south-southeast. This is in mainly east to west field here in Oneida. Spinning kick, backs. Barber back to around his 7-10, 15-yard line, a cut right, a tackle broken, 20, 30, his own 40, another tackle broken, midfield, 40, right sideline, 30, 20 of Stanley County, he's gone! Gavin Barber!
With the return touchdown.
After a one-play scoring drive by Sully Butte, Gavin Barber runs back the ensuing kickoff, 93 yards. And it's tied again at 12. Boy, opening games of the season usually don't go like this, but this has been as entertaining as you could want. And there's still 3:41 left in the first quarter. But still some things to work on in some instances for both teams. It's still August 18th. Sully Butte will keep the offense on the field and go for two and try to take their first lead of this game. Well, it was just a matter of Barber outracing everyone, and Gavin, these are Sully Butte's runners with good speed too, both Arcorn and Barber turned on the Jets on the right sideline on that return. Wes Whitler goes for two, rolls to the left, sets the pocket that way, and threw it in one hop in front of Severson and incomplete. So the two no good, and we're tied again. Let's take a break. 3:41 first quarter. Now it's
12.
Stanley County 12, Sully Butte 12. Back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The paint store. 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Peer Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Hot night in Oneida, and we're glad to have you with us.
Bothwell and Deal are back deep to receive. Falkenhagen to kick.
Paxton Deal and Brendan Bothwell stand back at their 15. And from right to left, another kickoff. Third already for the freshman Cooper Falkenhagen for Sully Buttes. A wild start to this season opener. 4 touchdowns in just over 8 minutes of play. The team's back up. Sully Buttes. Now a squib kick by Falkenhagen. They want to keep it away from the deep end, but Cash Richardson picks it up. Oh, good play. Brought down immediately by Trevor Marshall at his 36. Only about 2 on the return. So. Yeah, he didn't want Bothwell having another big return, but Cash Richardson last year, you may remember, showed some skills running the football too. Stanley County starts from their 36, 1st and 10, 3:37 left in the first in a 12-12 game. And the thought keeps going through the mind, when will this game settle down? Makes you wonder if it will. Brady very deep in the backfield. Brock Zabe is under center, wing to the right. From 1st and 10 at their own 36 from left to right. Toss pitch to Brady. Outside 40, behind the numbers, 45 midfield. Here goes Colton again. 30, 20, 10. He's gone again. This one's 64 yards for Colton Brady. Another one-play drive for Stanley County, their second in a row. They're up 18-12. And Brady, on his last 2 carries, has combined for 149 yards. This is astounding. (18-12), Stanley County leads again. Now they'll try to make 2, and now they have to call their last time out of the first half before they try the 2-point conversion. Let's keep it here. Again, Colton Brady, the 85-yard run a moment ago was just an off-tackle play. This one was a long pitch because Brady lined up, must have been 10 or 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The toss came to him perfectly. He only needed 1 block, and once he was down the right sideline, that was that. But before the 2-point conversion, Stanley County has burned their last timeout of this first half, an Actegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Actegra cooperative today. Well, I'd like to see the Twins and Pirates match this tomorrow night. Twins baseball back here on KGFX 5:30 tomorrow from Target Field. Second game of their series with the Pirates. And don't forget Minnesota Vikings football tomorrow night with preseason game number 2 from US Bank Stadium against the Tennessee Titans. That's at 6 tomorrow night on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO and 100.7 KMLO. So no timeouts left for Stanley County to use in this first half, but they have the lead back at 18-12 on Brady's second long touchdown run. Brock Zabe comes under center. And a throw to the right to Schweitzer, and he is able to walk in, and for the first time, the 2-point conversion works, and Stanley County's lead is 8. We'll take another break.
Schweitzer is good for a 2-point conversion.
3:25 left in the first quarter still, and now it's
20-12.
Stanley County 20, Sully Buttes 12. Back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
When you expect more. You expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong, because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth-generation family-owned and operated.
In History of the World, Part 1, at one point Mel Brooks said, NVTS nuts! That's what this game has been so far. Stanley County on another long touchdown run by Colton Brady has a 20-12 lead over Sully Buttes because they converted two this time, the first time in the 5 2-point conversion attempts in this first quarter that worked. And we still have 3:25 left in the first quarter. Erin Cantu will kick from left to right. Arkerin and Barber stand back at their own 10. How entertaining this has been. Squibb kick. It'll come to Arkerin from his 20. They kept it away from Barber, and he's met head on near the 28 or 29-yard line. Good play by Landon Bain to prevent Arkerin from gaining a fairly decent head of speed. Spotted for Sully Buttes. At their 30, first down and 10. Well, the sophomore quarterback, Wes Whitler, in his first start, has looked pretty poised so far. They spread it out again with 3 receivers left. Atticus Miles, Logan Severson, and Gavin Barber. Receiver to the right, 2, hand clap by Whitler. Takes the snap. West with a throw on the left flat, incomplete. One hop fell in front of Atticus Miles and around his own
pass from Whitler to Miles is incomplete.
36-yard line.
Second down.
Little bit underthrown. And Max Foth mentioned it in the pregame. This team graduated a pretty good athlete in Landon Hepker. But if you know the name Whitler, you know that there have been plenty of good athletes in that family over the years. Second down and 10, Sully Buttes from their 30 with 3:16 left in the first quarter. Sully Buttes from right to left. They're at the right hash, wide side to the left with a receiver right. Run pass option here, and it's just taken right up the middle across the 35 and down to the 37 as the handoff came to Atticus Miles. He lines up wide sometimes, lines up as a receiver sometimes. Q Bourne able to make the stop there
6 on the play, brings up 3rd and 4.
Stanley County. They gave Miles 6. This sets up 3rd and 4 for Sully Buttes from their 36. 2:50 in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, brother, you've missed a lot. Stanley County leads Sully Buttes 20-12. Sully Buttes to the line. They don't have a whole lot of time to snap this football now. They are taking their sweet time here. Well, the heat may have something to do with that, too. Whitler, this time he's under center. West with a pitch, left side, Barber. 37, brought down. Pursuit led by Q Bourne again.
Barber with the carry.
Brought down Gavin Barber, could not turn the corner. Limited his gain to a yard and brings down a 4th down for Sully Buttes again. They're 4th and 3 from their 37. And will they go for it? This is not the optimum part of the field to go for it. You really give Stanley County good field position if you don't make it, and they won't try it. Trevor Marshall will punt instead. Brendan Bothwell is standing back at his own 29-yard line. Yeah, it's not worth the risk. It's still only the first quarter, too. And it went off the side of his foot and straight up. Big bounce in Stanley County's direction, and they'll let this ball drop. It's near the Sully Buttes 30. Unfortunately for Trevor, this is going to be negative yardage on this punt. And Stanley County will start in Sully Buttes territory spotted
Stanley County ball.
At around the 34-yard line. So that's -3 on the punt. And Stanley County will try to take advantage. They're 1st and 10 at the Sully Buttes 34. 1:35 last first quarter. Stanley County leading over Sully Buttes 20-12. Zabe faking the handoff to Brady on a little reverse handed to Schweitzer. Barrett tried to break one tackle and did, but brought down by Logan Severson after a not a bad first down gain.
Slips up in the grass.
And
gain of 3
good
on the
middle
play,
risk,
brings up
less
2nd and 7.
misdirection play to try to fool Sully Buttes, but Severson was not fooled. Gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7 for Stanley County, 31-yard line of Sully Buttes. We're down to 1:06 left in the first quarter, and the clock's running. Stanley County, 2 long touchdown runs for Colton Brady have helped the Buffs to a 20-12 lead. This was a team that got pretty badly outscored in the first quarter and first half last year. But it's Stanley County on top tonight in the first quarter. Down to 48 seconds from 2nd and 7 at the Sully Buttes 31. This time, the handoff doesn't lead to much. Cooper Falkenhagen was able to make the stop as they read where Colton Brady was going that time
no gain on the play,
and held him to no gain.
Down.
And well done to stay there and stay with Brady.
I believe they're going to take it to the quarter break.
The freshman, Cooper Falkenhagen. They won't run another play in this first quarter. We're through 1 on the Wagner Auto scoreboard in Oneida. What a first quarter. Stanley County leading Sully Buttes 20-12. Wagner Auto, the one place to go. Back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
We hope you are all enjoying the student. We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Teams will switch ends. Stanley County now will move from right to left with a 20-12 lead over Sully Buttes in Oneida with the second quarter about to begin. I'm David Burrell. Haley Hansen, our studio coordinator. Brian Menning taking care of the video. Remember, you can watch this game. It's brought to you by Bauman Lumber at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. And we'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game on our Family Den will appear in Gettysburg postgame. I'd say there's an early candidate. He's Mr. Brady. Colton Brady had 85 and 64-yard touchdown runs in the first quarter. Well, that second one, plus the 2-point pass from Brock Zabe to Barrett Schweitzer, is the difference so far in this game. Stanley County leading Sully Buttes by a score of 20-12. And again, they're taking a little bit of extra time again, so players, coaches, and officials, and, pardon me for a moment, broadcasters can get hydrated. You don't even care if it's room temperature water. Any temperature works in this heat. Again, it was 94 degrees when this game began, and the heat index was 101 with 47% humidity. The sun is setting. There's still quite a bit of sunlight left, so the heat isn't relenting just yet. There's a little bit of a breeze, about 10 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. But on a day like this, that can only help so much. Stanley County back on the field. White tops, gold pants, purple and white trim. Purple numerals and gold trim. White helmets with a Buffalo logo on the side. Sully Buttes back out on defense with purple tops, white numerals and letters, gold pants, gold helmets. 3rd and 7 as the second quarter begins. Stanley County's at the Sully Buttes 31 after the punt mishap gave Stanley County great field position. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for SC. Bothwell is the man in motion to the right. Fake the handoff to him. Handed to Brady. 30-yard line. 25. Breaks tackles again. 20. 15. 10. 5. He is brought down, but he made it to the end zone first.
Brady with the carry. Touchdown.
Colton Brady
Stanley County
has another touchdown. And he's a little slow to get up. Gavin Barber tried to tackle him before and he made the end zone. He didn't do so in time, as Brady has scored this time from 31 yards out, but he's up, but he's a little gimpy as he gets up. However, Brady has his 3rd touchdown run, and he's close to 200 yards already. On the first play of the second quarter, Stanley County's lead is now 14. Brady had 7 touchdowns a year ago. Remember the one game against White River? Well, he's matched that. He had 280 yards. He has a chance to make that. He had 3 scores in that game against the Tigers. He has 3 already tonight. They'll go for 2. Barrett Schweitzer, Landon Bain are to the right. 3 receivers, in fact, that way. But Zabe takes the snap, runs right up the middle, near the goal line, and he's in. Brock Zabe with a 2-point run. And the Stanley County lead is 16.
So now it's 28-12.
Take another break.
Second quarter.
11:49 left first half. Stanley County now in front of Sully Buttes 28-12. Back in 1 minute to Oneida on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your Allied.
On that touchdown run, Brady took a pretty hard shot from Gavin Barber, even as he went into the end zone. And how do I put this delicately? He's not winning the battle with his pregame meal right now. In fact, head coach Max Foth will come over to take a look at him. Meanwhile, Aaron Cantu will kick off from right to left. Stanley County now up 28-12. Colton walking back over toward his teammates. They got to make sure he stays hydrated after getting a shot a moment ago. I think he just took one and got the wind knocked out of him. The kickoff goes straight left and out of bounds.
That kick goes out of bounds.
At the 21-yard line of Sully Buttes. So the Chargers will gain some yardage here with the out-of-bounds kickoff. It's automatically spotted for Sully Buttes at their own 35-yard line. That's where they'll start 1st and 10, but now in a 16-point hole on their home field to Stanley County, 28-12 with 11:49 still to go in the first half. And, you know, this has been worth sitting out in the heat so far. This is fun stuff, and I don't think it's nearly done. Wes Whitler, the sophomore quarterback. Gavin Barber lines up wide to the right for Sully Buttes. Now they say to Trevor Marshall, no, don't go right, go left. 1st and 10, Sully Buttes from their 35. Now the man in motion is Atticus Miles, and the handoff is to him, and he smashed at his 35-yard line, made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Miles with the carry, no gain.
That was a good first hit by Ryland Shrake, the senior linebacker. Another senior, Shrake, getting a chance to start, and he really popped Miles right there. Loss of about a half yard, statistically no gain. 2nd down and 10, Sully Buttes from their 35. Slot right is Logan Severson, wide to the right, Gavin Barber. In the shotgun again, Wes Whitler takes the snap, looks to the right, throws in the right flat, caught at his 40 and tackled immediately is Miles, and there's Ryland Shrake again. Ryland makes 2 plays in a row.
Tackled by Shrake.
Held Miles to 5. 3rd down and 5 for Sully Buttes from their 35. Still a lot of football left tonight. 10:40 still in the first half. Stanley County is leading 28-12. Colton Brady, by the way, is still sitting on the Stanley County bench. He really got the wind knocked out of him when he was popped on that touchdown run a moment ago. 3rd and 5, Sully Buttes from their 40, from left to right. Right hash, wide side to the left, but there are 2 receivers to the right. Really bunched formation here. Whitler claps his hand. Here comes a blitz. Sully Buttes reads it. Throw long right for Barber, incomplete. Just overthrew him at the 35-yard line of
Whitler's pass
Stanley
to
County.
Barber's incomplete, brings up 4th down.
No one but Barber had a chance to catch that ball. He ran a little out route. He would have gone out of bounds with a good gain and a 1st down, but the ball was just a little bit out of his reach, and Trevor Marshall, for the 2nd time, will punt, hoping for something better than his first one that ended up being in negative yardage and set up the latest Stanley County score. In our family dental of Pierre and Gettysburg postgame, Bauman Lumber will present our player of the game. We'll let you know who wins the T-shirt tonight. 4th and 5 at their own 40. Well, they're going to go for it here. No, Marshall's not in punt formation. Ooh, Sully Buttes rolling the dice. Tom Moore is a little bit here, and Wes Whitler looks to the sideline. He's under center. They run out of the eye. Now Sully Buttes is going to take their 2nd timeout. That was just to see if they could draw Stanley County offside. They did not. It's an Actegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Actegra cooperative today. So we'll take 30 seconds. 10-12 left in this fun first half in Oneida. Stanley County 28, Sully Buttes 12. Back in 30 on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Eyes. Dan O's Marine in Fort Pierre is now selling Vexus and Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoons. Dan O's is the only Vexus dealer in South Dakota. Come in and see our new selection of Vexus boats for your fun on the water. They still service Yamaha and Mercury motors. We can also supply your rigging needs from Minn Kota and Ghost trolling motors or Hummingbird, Lowrance, and Garmin depth finders. We also carry tubes, skis, and ski ropes and can even order knee boards. Stop in today or give us a call at 605-224-6612.
Not at all bad thought there by Sully Buttes and head coach Tom Moore. It's Stanley County defense that had to call, remember, a couple of timeouts and one drive defensively earlier in this game just to make sure, see if they could force them offside. They didn't do it. So now they're down to one timeout. Remember, Stanley County used all of their timeouts in the first quarter. Again, it's DeSmet for the Chargers next Friday at Ole Williamson Field, 6:30 here on KGFX. Oh, it's Sully Buttes and Potter County next Friday night. That game, by the way, will be in Hoven. It's the Hoven homecoming for Potter County, who's playing tonight at home down the road a bit in Gettysburg against Newell. We'll tell you about other scores at halftime tonight and following the game. 4th and 5 for Sully Buttes from their 40. Will they bring Trevor Marshall out in punt formation? Yes, they do. Which they had shown a moment ago before Whitler came under center. There's nobody deep for Stanley County. Now Bothwell is going to back up a little bit inside his own 35-yard line and back inside his 30 now. Pass back to Marshall. And again, a spinning kick. He'll get positive yardage, but not a lot. Does take a Sully Buttes bounce, but it's out of bounds inside the
goes out of bounds.
Stanley County 35-yard line. Spotted
the 39-yard
line. 39 is where 37. It is. Or 37. So Stanley County with a 16-point lead.
10 for the Buffaloes.
Is leading by a score of 28-12. 10 minutes and 3 seconds left. What a first half here in Oneida.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Put the phone down, focus on driving.
Spotted at the 37 for Stanley County from right to left. They're 1st and 10. Brock Zeb is under center and hands off to Brady up the middle, but he's in a lot of traffic this time. No big run here. So Colton's back in there after taking that pop on the touchdown. Let's see what forward progress he's given. Around the 40. The line of scrimmage actually was the 38 where they started, so it's a gain of 2. And a Buffalo is not getting up for the moment. Now it, in fact, is Case Cole to the center. So he is now being helped to his feet, so he'll have to come out at least for a play. The gain was 2 for Brady to his 40, and that'll make it 2nd down and 8 for Stanley County. Cole to the sophomore, taking over where Nathaniel Nelson had been a year ago. And at least for the moment, the junior Calvin Grandin will take Colton's place at center. 2nd and 8 Stanley County from their 40 with a 16-point lead. Zabe with a roll right. Nobody open. RPO for Zabe, and he nearly let go of the ball as he was upended, but a good gain across midfield. That's a first down for Stanley County. Cooper Falkenhagen made the stop, and Zabe had the ball in his free arm way up in the air, and it looked for a moment like it might fall out. Gain, in fact, is to the 48 for a gain of 12. Good run by Zabe, first down, and now Grandin back out, and Case Colda back in at the center spot for Stanley County. Colton Brady again taking a little bit of a rest on the sideline. But Stanley County using power football and big plays. 1st and 10 at the Sully Buttes 48. Not a lot of time to snap it. And remember, Stanley County's used all their timeouts already in this first half. Zabe is under center. Brock with a hand, fake to Richardson. It's to Schweitzer instead. One tackle broken at the 48-45 of Sully Buttes. Outside the numbers, he cuts back right. He's across the 40 and down to the 39 before he was hit by Loger Severson.
Blitzer with the carry, tackle by Severson.
Barrett ran about 17 yards that time. He actually gained 9, but that was a good run. Schweitzer, with that cut back to the right, gained himself about 4 more yards and set down 2nd and short for Stanley County. Clock runs, 8:40 left in a most entertaining first half. You don't even think about the heat when the football's this fun. This has been really entertaining from both sides, but Stanley County so far using the running game in their advantage, and they're taking all the time they can in this huddle. The back judge, remember, when it gets down to 10 seconds, he'll put his hand up in the air, and then he'll start counting down when it gets to 5. He does get to 10. Stanley County now breaks toward the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and a yard at the Sully Buttes 39. Handed, this is Landon Bain. Trying to move through right guard, but he is pushed back by Trevor Marshall. Back to the line of scrimmage, but that may be about all. I think that's where they'll give him the forward progress. Bain, the sophomore, was met head-on by Marshall and Lucas Arcorin. It is no gain, and it's 3rd down and a little more than a yard for Stanley County outside the Sully Buttes 39. 7:35 in the first half. 3 touchdown runs already for Colton Brady, who, by the way, is still on the sideline. 3 long touchdown runs. 85, 64 yards. A couple for him in that first quarter. And then a 31-yarder in the second quarter. Hand off right up the middle. First down is gained down to about the 37-yard line. Cash Richardson with that carry gives Stanley County the first down at the Charger 37-yard line. Richardson, the sophomore, did have a touchdown run, only 9 carries last season, but you can imagine that he will see the ball a lot more. They're able to substitute again. Paxton Deal and Brendan Bothwell in. As Blaze Frost comes out, so does Richardson. 1st and 10 for Stanley County at the Sully Buttes 37. Up 28-12, 6:43 left first half. Frost is wide to the right. Cube Horn wide to the left. Swing pass to the left. Schweitzer, the catch across the 35, but met on a nice play by Logan Severson.
Pass to Schweitzer is complete.
As he made it to the 34.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 6.
Second option was a little screen left. They'll give him 4 yards, 5 yards, in fact, to the 33-yard line of Sully Buttes and set up 2nd down and 5. Again, Stanley County staying in the huddle as long as they can. Well, not this time. They come out with still plenty of time to snap it. Again, it's Deal and Bothwell wide to the right. Bourne to the left. Zape, pump fake, now throws right, underthrown, but still caught. Not the intended receiver the way the play was drawn up, I wouldn't think. But still, it's caught. Hey, by Paxton Deal. You gain yards, it works.
Pass to Deal.
It was a little fluttery one that Deal caught at the 20-yard line of Sully Buttes for a 13-yard gain. So a friend of mine says they don't make you draw pictures. It gained 13 yards on a first down. Doesn't matter if it didn't look the best. Stanley County will take plenty more plays like that. They're up 28-12 over Sully Buttes. 5.5 left in the first half. 1st and 10 at the Sully Buttes 20. Deep in the backfield, it's a toss left, and it's to Boehm to the 15-yard line. And Boehm, Landon, is brought down by Falkenhagen, or by, should say,
tackled by Barber.
Gavin Barber.
Gain of 6 on the play.
But it's a 6-yard gain for Landon down to the 14-yard line of Sully Buttes. 2nd and 6 as the running game keeps working for Stanley County. And a Buffalo is sitting and will have to tend to him. Looks like it's Noah Baldwin, one of the 2 returning starters on the offensive line. And they'll take a little bit of time right here and just make this a hydration break. Again, the sun is not high in the sky, but it is still shining off to our right and behind the umbrella that is protecting me. Thank you, Diane. So it's still plenty warm out here. 4:58 remains first half. In case you're just joining us, you've missed a lot. Paxton Deal on Sully Buttes' first possession recovered a fumble in the end zone to give SC a 6-0 lead, but Gavin Barber on Sully Buttes' second possession caught a touchdown pass on 4th and goal from the 7, tied at 6. Then a one-play drive for Stanley County. On a Colton Brady 85-yard touchdown run, 12-6 Buffs. And then Gavin Barber ran the ensuing kickoff back 93 yards for a touchdown. It was tied at 12. Then another one-play Colton Brady drive for Stanley County. This is all in the first quarter. 64 yards. The Buffs led 20-12, then got a stop. And on the first play of the second quarter, Brady scored again, this time from 31 yards out. And Brock Zeb ran in the 2-point conversion. And that makes it 28-12 Stanley County, and that's where we stand with 4:58 remaining in the first half. The schedule for the Buffs, we told you about home action with the Smet next Friday night at 6:30 here on KGFX. On the Friday of Labor Day weekend, a trip to Dupree. And what about what the Tigers did last night, rolling over Faith at home? Then it's an off week, and then make note of this now. Friday, September 15th, those good Bonhomme Cavalier team comes to Ole Williamson Field. But make note that is a mid-afternoon game on Friday, September 15th, a 3 o'clock kick and a 2:30 airtime. Then it's the White River, and how about what the Tigers did last night in beating Kadoka area? Then it's home to Timberlake. What a game that was last year in Timberlake when the Buffs lost in overtime. Then it's Lemon McIntosh to come to Ole Williamson Field. And then the regular season closes in Faith. And it is the promise of a fascinating regular season for this Stanley County team that has rushed for over 200 yards in this first half. But they have a quarterback in Zabe that is very mobile and can run the ball too. Not the biggest team you're going to see in 9-man football, but just like last year, a team that's going to rely on its speed a lot. For Sully Buttes, Tom Moore said in our pregame, he counts not only on Severson, but a lot of these juniors for leadership, and a lot of these juniors have seen a lot of time. So Sully Buttes will be around, no doubt. 2nd down and 4 as play returns at the Sully Buttes 14. Is able to throw right side of the end zone. Caught, Schweitzer, touchdown, Stanley County.
Pass to Schweitzer is complete for a touchdown.
Back
Stanley
right
County.
third in the end zone near the pylon. Schweitzer had to come off his feet to receive it, but a well-thrown ball by Brock Zabe and Barrett Schweitzer. After 2 touchdowns receiving last year, has his first of this season, and it is 34-12. How about this for Stanley County with 4:53 left in the first half? This is going to make some people stand up and take notice if this continues. They go for 2 again. 3 receivers to the right. Zabe is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, runs straight ahead, tries to score 2 again, and he does. And we'll take a break. Wow. 4:53 left first half.
2-point conversion is good. So
Stanley County 36, Sully Buttes 12.
Stanley County 36.
Back in 1 minute on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Stanley County trying to win here in Oneida for the 2nd time in 3 years has taken command of this game, at least for now. After the touchdown pass from Zabe to Schweitzer and Zabe's 2-point run 36-12, Stanley County with 4:53 left in the first half. And the senior Erin Cantu will kick, standing back at around their 15. Eradicus Miles and Gavin Barber. A high-powered Stanley County offense has grabbed control of this game in the first half. Squib kick, that's Arkren, not Barber, but it's Miles to pick it back up at his 13-yard line. Arkren left to the 20, 1 tackle broken, left sideline 30, and down outside the numbers
Up around the
near his own 33-yard line.
First and 10 for the Chargers.
So that's where Sully Buttes will begin. We have more ag info for you weekdays here on KGFX. Agri-Talk now in the 11 o'clock hour, after Agriculture of America with Jesse Allen in the 10 o'clock hour. And then it's Market Talk with Jesse in the 2 o'clock hour, and Agri-Talk after the bell in the 3 o'clock hour. More ag info for you now weekdays on 1060 103.1 KGFX. Sully Buttes from their own 33, 1st and 10 down 24. Stretch handoff, and Arkren is blasted immediately by Case Coldis. Shaken up a moment ago, but Coldis and Arcor into the turf there.
Carey tackled in the backfield
for
by
a
Coldis.
3-yard loss.
What?
A hit by Coldis. Back to the 29. They'll say it's a loss of 4 yards. 2nd down 14 for Sully Buttes, who has been knocked back on their heels by this Stanley County offense, and we've seen some hard hits from the Buffs so far too. 4:15 still in the first half. Stanley County is leading this game by a score of 36-12. Logan Severson is wide to the right. Whitler under center now. I backfield. Miles and Arcorin. Toss right. Arcorin, the ball behind him, is able to pick it up back at his 20, and he is swarmed under there. It came back to Arcorin off his fingertips.
With a carry, loss of about.
Picked it back up.
Another 10.
But then falling on him immediately was Erin Cantu, the linebacker. And they're back now after a loss of 11 to their own 18, Sully Buttes. Third down and a lot of Sully County turf. 3rd and 25. And this young quarterback, Whittler's going to be tested right here. Run out of the eye again. Receiver split each way. Barber to the left, Severson to the right. Run out of the eye, and they will run the ball with Arcorin, and he, through right guard, is down for a couple near his 20. This is as much to work on their offense and get things right, I guess, as anything else. But they wanted a little more room than that.
Brings up 4th down.
In fact, no gain. Case Colda again made the stop. So from deep in their own territory, Trevor Marshall will have to punt. 2:44 in the first half, 36-12 Stanley County. They may be about to have the football back. Marshall, the punting has been an adventure for him so far. The deep man is Brendan Bothwell. The sophomore now moves into Sully Buttes territory at around the 45. He's had a couple of rough kicks. This one is better. This one's end over end. Not too deep, though. It'll take a little bit of a Sully Buttes bounce, and Bothwell will just let it go, and Logan Severson downs it.
Marshall's punt is down by
at the
Severson.
Stanley County
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes.
46-yard line. That's a 36-yard punt, and Stanley County takes over at their own 46 with 2:14 left in the first half, trying to extend a 36-12 lead. The only time the Buffs didn't score was on their first possession when Zabe threw an interception. Every other time they've had the ball tonight, they have scored so far. And their field position good here again. It's helped that they've been able to start drives in Sully Buttes territory. This one isn't far away from it. Landon Boehm running up deep in the backfield. Now Colton Brady, we see on the sideline, has his shoulder pads off. And the handoff will come to the sophomore Bain. 45-46, back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all because Bo McGee, the big junior, 5'9", 234. They may give him a yard, but McGee made a really good play there on Bain.
Brings up 2nd down.
He is built like a fire plug, but Bo McGee can move. 1:49 in the half. 2nd down and 9. Stanley County from their 47, up 36-12. Out of timeouts, remember. Zabe with a roll right, moves the pocket that way, throws back down the middle. It's intercepted. Wes Whittler at his 32-35, 40. Wes is to midfield and finally chased down inside the Stanley County 40-yard line. Receiver,
the Stanley County.
well, Richardson was out there. He got turned around, and Whittler made a good jump on that ball and returned it to the Stanley County 43. Second interception of the game by Brock Zabe. And now Sully Buttes has a chance in Stanley County territory with 92 seconds remaining in the first half. And Stanley County leading by a score of 36-12. Lights on. Not with a chance really to take a whole lot of effect. Still plenty of sunshine at 8:17 here in Oneida. The heat has relented a little. It's still hot enough. 1st and 10, Sully Buttes from the Stanley County 43 with a receiver each way. Oh, the snap is a rolling one, but Whittler's able to take it. Here comes Colda, but racing away from him and out of bounds at around the 40-yard line of Stanley County is Wes Whittler. And I think he heard Colda coming there. Good pursuit, but good job by Whittler to gain 3 yards and stop that clock. Sully Buttes has only one timeout, remember. 1:25 remaining in this first half. (36-12), Stanley County on top. 3 touchdown runs for Colton Brady. Gavin Barber has a touchdown reception and a kickoff return for a score for Sully Buttes, who are 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line of Stanley County. Whittler in the pocket, back to throw, being chased, can't break away, he's down at midfield. Barrett Schweitzer chased him down.
Whitler gets sacked in the
Whitler
backfield by
tried to
Schweitzer.
throw the ball away.
Loss of about 15
but
on the
he
play.
was ruled down back at
Brings up third down.
the Sully Buttes 49. That's an 11-yard loss. And Barrett Schweitzer has the first Stanley County sack of 2023. And now Sully Buttes will call
timeout, Sully Buttes.
Their last timeout of this first half. It'll be third down and 18 from their 49. We'll keep it here for this Agtegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. We're down to 57 seconds remaining in this most entertaining first half at Sully Buttes High School in Oneida. With Stanley County on the strength of a running game and Colton Brady's big night, although, as we mentioned a moment ago, he does now have his shoulder pads off. Again, he really took a hard hit on that third touchdown run by Sully Buttes' Gavin Barber and was back in for one play, but now on the sideline. And Stanley County hoping they can maintain this lead so they may not have to utilize Colton anymore tonight. But he's walking around. It's not like he's sitting down. This may just be more to take care and make sure he's all right and not wear him out in this beastly hot weather. Although he did come down on that right shoulder. And that's what they were looking at a while ago. So that is something to look for through the week. How is his shoulder? But with the fact that he has his shoulder pads off, doesn't look like we'll see him again tonight. So that's Sully Buttes' last time out. Each team has used all three of them. And after the Schweitzer sack of Whitler, Sully Buttes is third down and 18 from their 49. Whitler in the shotgun. Arcorn behind him. Wing to the left, two receivers to the left. That's the wide side. They're at the right hash, and the snap back to Whitler. Pressure is stopped. Pass to Barber, knocked down and incomplete.
Whitler's pass is broken up.
Jump ball there. Paxton Deal got in the way of that and just knocked it away, and a good play there to keep it away from Gavin Barber near the 30-yard line of Stanley County. And that'll bring up fourth down. And with the clock stopped, now 51 seconds left in the first half. Marshall is the punter, but what will they do? Whitler's still out there. Again, a chance to take if they want to go for it because they need 18 yards right here. But the offense is out there. Whitler will bring him out of the huddle. Severson to the left. And Miles to the right. High snap. Whitler takes it with his right hand one-handed. Throws left, and it is caught in between two defenders at the 30-yard line and down to the 27.
Whitler's pass Arcorn is complete. On the play.
Stanley County, Lucas Arcorn made the catch, but in the backfield a flag, and it is holding on Sully Buttes to wipe out a first down. Well-placed pass by Wes Whitler to Lucas Arcorn. It would have been a first down inside the Stanley County 30, but instead, with the holding penalty, Sully Buttes, they're going to march it off from midfield.
So after the 10-yard penalty, it remains fourth down.
So they'll spot it back to the 40, now to the 39. Oh, goodness
with
gracious.
41 seconds left in the half.
Big mistake there.
Forever.
So now it's fourth down and 28. And you would imagine Tom Moore would not think going for it's an option now, although Whitler's still in the field. But Marshall's in punt formation. Stanley County will, they hope, have one more chance. Now, Zabe is backing up, thinking that there could be a fake here. Pass is a little wide right. Marshall's able to kick it, but it's an end-over-end kick that gains a Sully Buttes bounce, and Zabe won't touch it, and Sully Buttes will down it inside the...
Marshall's punt is downed by Arcorn.
Stanley County 35, down at around the 33-yard line. So with 30 seconds
25-yard punt brings up
left in the first half,
Buffalo.
That was the line to gain for the first down. That's how far that punt went, 25 yards. So from their 33, Stanley County, remember, no timeouts. They're up 36-12, and they're first and 10 Again, with Colton Brady not available, and we can't imagine he would be the rest of the night. Again, it was that right shoulder that got hit pretty hard on that third touchdown run. What a first half he had, though, matching his career high with 3 touchdown runs. 1st and 10, Stanley County, from right to left at their 33, about in the middle of the field. They may just go conservative here. They toss it right to Landon Boehm, 35-yard line down near the 39. Yep, they're just going to run this first half out. Nobody can stop the clock now. The only thing that would stop the clock is a first down or a penalty, which we have here. Boehm gained to his own 39, but it may be wiped out. What's Benny Hines going to tell us?
It's like a hold against the Buffaloes.
It's against Stanley County. What do you have here, Benny? Hold on Stanley County. We'll back them up to the 24. It's first down and 19. 24 seconds left in the first half. I suspect this play will be like the last one. Stanley County with a 24-point lead won't want to take any chances here. Although you do take a little bit of a risk with that long toss sweep. It's worked for the Buffs tonight so far. Zabe under center. Let's see if he just genuflects. Clock runs 17 seconds, 15, 14. They may not have to snap it. They don't have to snap it. What a first half for the Stanley County Buffaloes. 3 touchdown runs for Colton Brady lead them to a big halftime lead. Our halftime score
that is the end of the first
on the Wegner Auto scoreboard here in Oneida. The Stanley County Buffaloes 36. The Sully Buttes Chargers 12. Please stay tuned because the CHS River Plains halftime report is next to look back on the first half. We'll tell you about other scores too. More for you from Oneida in 3 minutes. You're listening to High School Football on 1060, 103.1 KGFX and at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app.
Graham. Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities. Graham Tire.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Rosenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, is passing on the savings to you. This week, get an 8% discount on all John Deere power washers and generators. For those who take cleaning seriously or are looking for portable power, this sale is for you. So now is the time to take advantage of the 8% discounts. Stop into the parts department at any of the 9 Rosenberg Implement locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming this week to take advantage of the 8% discount on all John Deere power washers and generators. Rosenberg Implement, servicing your growing needs since 1937.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Here's Haley Hansen, Brian Menning taking care of the video. And remember, you can watch this game brought to you by Bauman Lumber, the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. Stanley County had the football first, but threw an interception. Sully Buttes was backed up in their own territory, and on third down from their own 5, a lost fumble by Lucas Arcorn, recovered by Paxton Deal in the end zone for a touchdown, and Stanley County led 6-0, but Gavin Barber, the other end of the field on the Sully Buttes' second possession, caught a 4th and goal touchdown pass from the 7 from Wes Whitler, and it was 6-all. But in the next drive, Stanley County, from their own 15, no problem, set Colton Brady an 85-yard touchdown run. Again, a 2-pointer, no good, 12-6 Stanley County. But Barber ran the ensuing kickoff back 93 yards to tie the game at 12, as again, a 2-point conversion did not work. But again, a one-play drive for Stanley County the next time. Brady's 64-yard touchdown run. Zay passed to Barrett Schweitzer, and it was 20-12 Stanley County. That's how it stood at the end of one. Brady on the first play of the second quarter, another touchdown run, 31 yards, but landed hard on his right shoulder and hit by Gavin Barber. Zay with a 2-point run, 28-12 Stanley County, and then after a punt, a touchdown pass from Zay to Barrett Schweitzer made it 36-12 after Zay's 2-point run. Stanley County with a 24-point lead at the half here in Oneida, where, of course, the Buffs won 2 years ago, but it wasn't dominant like it has been so far. But Brady has not been in after taking the hit on that third touchdown run, as we say. Again, took a shot, but landed hard on his right shoulder. Let's look at other action going on tonight. Winner, top-ranked team in 11B. How about this? Scoreless with Tri-Valley with 6 minutes left in the third quarter in Winter. The Warriors coming off of falling in the 11B championship game a year ago. Miller Highmore Herald trailing at Wagner at the half. That score is 26-14. Mulbridge Pollock at halftime trailing at Webster Area 7-0. That's on Star 99 in Mulbridge. Now, other games involving 9AA and other teams. Faulkton area leading Ipswich with 6 minutes to go in the third in Faulkton, 6-0. Leola Frederick area all over Harriet Selby area in Selby. Wolverines trail 20-0. How about that? Just underway with the third quarter. Kimball White Lake trailing big at Parkston at halftime. That score is 46-14. Lyman Raiders are opening the season at home tonight against Jones County. Good one here. Lyman on top 22-16 about midway through the third. That game is on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO. And just up the road from us in Gettysburg, great start for Potter County so far. They're leading Newell at the half by a score of 40-14. As we mentioned earlier, it's Sully Buttes and Potter County playing in Hoven next Friday night. DeSmet, whom the Bulldogs, whom the Stanley County Buffaloes will host next Friday. They are the Bulldogs, and in a battle of top 5 teams in 9A, DeSmet is leading Castlewood at the half in DeSmet at Wilkinson Field by a score of 20-12. Sunshine Bible Academy, well, looks like they're not going to break that losing streak tonight. They're trailing at Viber Curley 48-0. With 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. So one more Viber Hurley score if the Crusaders can't would end that game early. At a half in Oneida, Stanley County running past Sully Buttes, and we mean running for the most part, with 3 long touchdown runs by the now injured Colton Brady. But Stanley County has the big lead of the half over Sully Buttes. It's Stanley County 36, Sully Buttes 12 on the Wagner Auto scoreboard. Wagner Auto, they're South Dakota's oldest auto dealer, and they've been around since 1907. Stay tuned. The second half is on the way. Sully Buttes, remember, deferred to start the game, so Sully Buttes will receive the second half kickoff. We'll have it for you in 3 minutes from Oneida. That's our CHS River Plains halftime report. Glad you're with us on 1060, 103.1, KGFX.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
Second half still a few moments away from starting here, Oneida. What a first half for the Stanley County Buffaloes. They're up 36-12 over the Sully Buttes Chargers. 3 long touchdown runs for Colton Brady. But Brady, as we mentioned a moment ago, has his shoulder pads off. He took a very hard hit right on his right shoulder on that 3rd touchdown run on the first play of the second quarter, but he was near 200 yards rushing in that first half, but it appears that his night is done. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Minnesota Twins baseball is back here on KGFX from Target Field. It's the second of 3 for the Twins with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Twins are leading tonight 2-0 as they play in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Twins started this evening with a 4.5-game lead in the American League Central over the Cleveland Guardians. Right now it's at 5 because the Guardians lost the first game of a doubleheader at home to Detroit 4-2. And the Tigers, they must think they're playing the Twins. They're ahead again, 1-0, top of the 8th inning. So if those results hold, a chance for the Twins to gain a game and a half tonight. 5:30 tomorrow for the Twins and Pirates here on KGFX. 12 noon on Sunday, starting with Inside Twins. And it's preseason game number 2 for the Minnesota Vikings tomorrow night. It's the Tennessee Titans as their opponent at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis after those teams had joint practices Wednesday and yesterday at the Vikings headquarters at Eagan, Minnesota. But they will play that second preseason game tomorrow night. Paul and Pete and the rest bring it to you on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO and 100.7 KMLO beginning at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. It is a week until the Pierre Governors start their journey and try to do something no team has done in the history, in the playoff history of South Dakota high school football, and that's win 7 consecutive state championships. They open at Aberdeen Central against the Golden Eagles next Friday night. That'll be on the official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 at 6:25. Brian will be there, but before that, Brian will be in Watertown at the Civic Arena on Tuesday night when Governor Volleyball opens their new season, looking for a 3rd straight playoff appearance. Against the Arrows is where they'll begin their new season. That's Tuesday night on River 92.7 at 6:30. The 3-minute warm-up that follows the halftime break is just about complete. And as we said, it will be Sully Buttes to receive the second half kickoff because they deferred the option at the start and Stanley County chose to take the football. Now as we look closer at Colton Brady, might be that other shoulder actually. Yeah, he's got a wrap around that right shoulder. So that's not the best sign, in fact, but he's got it's a little bit of a sling around his left hand. So maybe that's what, when Barber tackled him, he might have fallen right on that wrist. Either way, it doesn't look good, and we're not going to see him on the field again tonight, clearly. Erin Cantu out to kick. Stanley County again wearing their road white uniform tops with purple and gold numerals and letters and purple and gold trim on the side, also on the side of their gold pants. White helmet with the Buffalo logo on the side. Sully Buttes will move from left to right in this third quarter in their purple uniform tops.
As a reminder, please turn off your headlights. Please
with white numerals and letters, gold pants, gold helmets with the SB logo in purple on the side. Gavin Barber, Lucas Arcorin stand back near their own 15 to take the kick of Erin Cantu, and we're ready for the second half. The second half kickoff is brought to you by Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre, and it's a squib kick taken in a couple of hops. It is 21 by Arcorin, right to the 25, 30, trying to cut outside the numbers. The angle cut off by good pursuit by Stanley County, and he's out of bounds on the right sideline just below us at his own 31. Good play by Landon Bain to cut him off. And Sully Buttes will start at their 31 with Wes Whitler, the quarterback. And a touchdown pass in the first half to Gavin Barber. He's faced some pressure so far, but so far not looked too bad. Did suffer the one sack at the hands of Barrett Schweitzer in that first half. Spotted at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, Sully Buttes to start the second half. They need a rally. They're down 24. Whitler under center. He has a receiver wide to the left. That's the wide side. They line up at the right hash. I backfield, handed to the deep back, and that is Barber. 30-35, slung down by Brock Zabe on a
gain of about 5 on the play. Brings
play that let him know he was hit. Give him 5. The original line of scrimmage, the 36-yard line. They're out to their 41. Sully Buttes is now with 2nd down and 5.
you can be sure that when they have the football back, Stanley County will try to play that ball control game again, but again, they're going to have to do it the rest of this game without the sophomore Colton Brady. 2nd down and 5, Sully Buttes from their 41. Whitler with an inside handoff. Corn is met at the line of scrimmage and brought down immediately. Rylan Shrake, who's had a good game so far. He's been in on 3 plays.
No gain on the play.
And in near the end of that
down.
play, so was Boehm again. It's no gain, and Sully Buttes faces 3rd and 5 from their 41. A crucial drive in this game for the Chargers as they're down 24 points to Stanley County, 36-12. A minute 20 gone in the 3rd quarter. Atticus Miles is sent wide to the left. That's the wide side. They run out of the eye. 3rd and 5, Sully Buttes from their 42, from left to right. Whitler steps back straight in the pocket, throws it down the middle, caught. Wide open Severson at the 35-yard line of Stanley County. Brought down there.
Severson is complete. Gain of about 12 on the play.
By Paxton Deal, the safety, but Sully Buttes has a 1st down. 13-yard gain, and a play Sully Buttes needed. Good pattern there, run by the senior Severson, reached out for a nice catch. And Sully Buttes is 1st and 10 from their Stanley County 45-yard line. Run out of the eye again. They've run out of this formation. Toss sweep right. This is Gavin Barber. Through right tackle, 40. One tackle broken, not the second. Boehm has his hands on him. So does Deal as he gains around 6 to the 39-yard line of Stanley County. They'll give him
about 5 on the play.
Actually 5 as they'll spot it at the 40. They'll say that's where the forward progress stopped.
2nd down.
Still plenty of time for Sully Buttes, although they're down 24. Still 9.5 left in the 3rd quarter. And their offense, at least in this first few plays of the second half, has looked crisper. 2nd and 5 at the Stanley County 40. Miles is wide to the left. Step back straight in the pocket by Whitler. Chase back to his 47, and he's sacked. There is Case Colda with the 2nd sack of the game.
Loss of 15
Whitler
on the play.
Tried to circle away from Colda, but Case, who has pretty good speed, brought him down way back at the Sully Buttes 46-yard line. That's a loss of 14 yards. And brings up 3rd down and long. They need the 35-yard line of Stanley County for a 1st down. It's 3rd and 19. 2 receivers to the right. They line up at the right hash. Snap to Whitler. Pressure is stopped, and the throw to the right flat incomplete.
Whitler's pass to Severson is incomplete.
Trying to find Severson near the Stanley County sideline, outside the numbers near the bench, but the pass a little wide for him, and Sully Buttes on 4th and long. Again, not the sort of place on the field where they would want to take the chance, and Trevor Marshall will come out to punt. Or at least be in punt formation. Again, you wouldn't want to think there'd be anything funny here from Sully Buttes' point of view. Not a chance they can take. Brendan Bothwell stands back at his 25. Here's an end-over-end kick by Marshall that takes a little bit of a Stanley County
punt
bounce.
Is down by Severson's foot.
Logan Severson, actually it went off his foot, so that's where it will stop. Stanley County in not too bad field position. They'll start at their own 36 with 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. 36-12, Stanley County on top. In our Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg postgame, we'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game. Stay tuned for that. We'll take one more look at the scoreboard tonight. It is DeSmet that comes to Ole Williamson Field. They'll be the Bulldogs' second opponent next Friday night here on KGFX, and we hope you'll join us at 6:30. 1st and 10 for Stanley County from their 36. Brock Zabe is under center, and inside a handoff, and trying to worm his way up the middle, but not for very much. It was a long delayed handoff to Barrett Schweitzer.
Schweitzer with the carry.
But Schweitzer found himself in purple and gold traffic immediately and was held to a 4-yard gain. It was Bo McGee, the junior, who made the hit for
Sully Buttes. But a 4-yard gain. Second down and 4 for Stanley County from their 40. 7:49 in the third. Stanley County in control of this game, leading 36-12. Ben Bothwell says, where do I go? And Brock Zabe says, go to the left. There are 2 to the left, stacked one behind the other. Q Bourne's in front of him. Now Bothwell back in motion. Oh, low snap. Zabe's able to take it. It's going to have to run out of there with it. This is a broken play, and he turns immediately left and steps out of bounds at the
Zabe with the carry, pushed
Stanley
out of bounds
County
by Severson.
bench. Logan
Gain of a
Severson
couple on the play,
chased
brings
him,
up third down.
and he actually gained a couple. And Stanley County's fortunate to have that because the snap was low. Zabe had to bobble it a little. But a 2-yard gain, Stanley County will gladly take that. From their 38-yard line. Third down, they need 8. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left, and Max Foth doesn't like something he sees and calls an Actegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Actegra cooperative today. Stanley County burned all 3 of their first half timeouts in the first quarter. 7:30 here left in the third as we take a break. And Stanley County leads Sully Buttes in Oneida 36-12. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX. So a chance here for Stanley County, but it's third and long for them at their own 38-yard line. Third down and 8. They need their own 46 for a first down. Again, Colton Brady with an enormous first half. He had touchdown runs of 85, 64, and 31 yards, but on that 31-yard touchdown run, he came down hard. Now we can, I think, pretty safely tell you it was on his left wrist because he has a sling to keep that left wrist still. Ooh, that doesn't look good, I'm sorry to say. For Brady, the sophomore, who was on his way to an enormous night and did have one in the first half. Again, a little bit longer of a timeout taken because hydration is still necessary, although the sun is just about set. The lights really have taken full effect here in Oneida. But it's not like it's cool or anything. It's still 84 degrees. That's a little bit more bearable. Update from Presho. Lyman has increased their lead over Jones County to 28-16. They're through 3 quarters, and that game is on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO with Mr. Boyle. Here's Stanley County from their 38 out of the timeout, 3rd and 8. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Brock Zabe's in the shotgun formation. Brock, the senior, takes the snap. Goes long right. Wants Deal. Jump ball. Deal catches it. 37-yard line of Sully Buttes. Down at the 33. He just out-leaped.
Pass the Deal is complete.
Lucas Arcorn, who ended up making the tackle. But that is a gain of 29 yards to the 33-yard line.
Gain of about 30 on the play. Brings up another
Sully Buttes and a first down. And yeah, Zabe just couldn't have thrown that ball much better. And he has a guy in Paxton Deal, as you know, who can go up and get it. 1st and 10. Stanley County at the Sully Buttes 33. From right to left, leading 36-12. 7:03 left, 3rd quarter. We're glad you're with us. Shotgun formation, high snap, but Zabe's able to take it, ran into his own man, and then ran into a couple of Chargers. Bo McGee had him low, another hit him high, but again, a little bit of a problem with that snap will lead to a first down loss.
Bad snap on the play.
Back to the 34-yard line, a loss of about a yard. That was Gavin Barber who had him up high as Bo McGee had Brock by the feet. 2nd down, 11 for Stanley County from the 34 of Sully Buttes. Bain deep in the backfield. Again, Brady not able to play. And they hand it off to Bain, pushes off one of his blockers, makes it back to the 35 or 34, but no more. Richardson was right in front of him, then the tackle was made by Trevor Marshall along with Logan Severson.
Loss on the play, brings up third down.
No gain. Brings up third down and 11 now for Stanley County at the Sully Buttes 34 still. Clock runs, 5:54 in the third quarter. Sully Buttes trailing Stanley County 36-12. Paxton deal wide to the right. And that is on the line to the left, Q-Born. Zabe looks that way now, throws right. Double coverage. This one is intercepted. It's Whitler with his second. 8-yard line, 10 right. Sideline, 20, 30. Cuts to the middle of the field, near midfield before he is brought down. Wesley Whitler has his second interception of the game.
Off by Whitler.
Noah Baldwin finally
Flag on
made
the
the
play.
stop, and a nice return by Whitler. There is a flag down, but it looks like Sully Buttes will have the football back with 5:29 left in the third quarter. Zabe is intercepted for the third time tonight. The penalty looks to be post-interception, so Sully Buttes, it appears, will keep the football. Yeah,
We have a hold on the return.
A hold is on the return, so they will keep the ball, but not have quite the good field position. The return came back
penalty from the spot, brings up
to the 49. The flag is down back at the Sully Buttes 34. Well, they're going to be all the way back at the 24. So you only put 10 yards of penalties in the stat sheet, but like we talk about every year, it's those 10 yards. Sully Buttes loses 25 yards of field position here, and they need all the yards of that they can gain because they're down 36-12 to Stanley County with 5:29 remaining, third quarter here in Oneida. Stanley County looks to win here for the second time in 3 years. Wes Whitler, the quarterback, brings his team out. Atticus Miles is wide to the right, left hash wide side right. Sully Buttes first and 10 from their 24. And here comes another flag as a bad snap taken by Whitler after a fumble. Immediately by, here's Calder again, who now helps him up. But the flag was thrown as the play was starting. And if it's against Sully Buttes, you know Stanley County will want to back them up. Haven't seen a signal yet from Benny Hines as to what it is, but they're talking to the Buffs, so it's against Sully Buttes. And, a little bit of a loss, but you get a team inside their 25, take the yards, I would imagine, here, and push them back. It's first down over again. Ball start on Stanley County. No, they are going to decline it.
Brings up second down.
But it is a little bit of a loss. In fact, it's back near the 20-yard line. So not quite as much as a penalty would have been, but they say, let's take the play because it's a loss. It's back to the 20. We're second down and 14. Hand off, not much, up the middle. They come out of that backfield with Barber, but
Barber with the carry
was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ethan Cantu led the charge. Back to a loss of a yard, in fact. So now they get third and 15 for Sully Buttes from their 19-yard line. So taking the play instead of the penalty was the better option there for Stanley County. 4:50 in the third. Stanley County leading 36-12 over Sully Buttes, who's third and long again. Third and 15 back of their 19. Two receivers to the right. Whitler needs a big play here. Wesley. Shotgun snap. Claps his hands twice. Low snap again. Has to come to Arcorin, and he tries to move forward and
bad snap on the play.
May have gained back to the line of scrimmage. Colda stopped him. Good job by Arcorin to see that snap was low. Rylan Schrake was the one who made the tackle. It's a loss of a further yard back to the 18. And Sully Buttes moving the wrong direction. They're fourth down and 16. And Trevor Marshall standing back near his goal line will have to punt. And Stanley County should be able to start in Sully Buttes territory here. And they will fake it as Marshall runs. He needs a lot. He cuts right to the 20-22. Here's a flag down as the play ends. Paxton Beal helped bring in Marshall. That was a straight run.
Looks like we're going to have a block in the back.
Marshall had to start back from his goal line, and Sully Buttes has called for a block in the back, which you can be sure Stanley County will decline.
I'm going to guess that penalty's decline.
And Stanley County will start almost in the red zone, a yard away from it. Indeed, the penalty is declined, and Stanley County starts at the 21-yard line of Sully Buttes with 3:50 left in the third quarter and leading 36-12. And here comes
a
timeout for a hydration break. And it's an Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So we'll take a 2-minute break. 3:50 left in the third. Stanley County still in control over Sully Buttes and Oneida leading 36-12. Back in 2 minutes on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America. Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Only a 3-yard run on the fake punt by Trevor Marshall, and the penalty was declined, so Stanley County will start at the Sully Buttes 21, leading 36-12 with 3:50 left in the third quarter.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Arrive alive, don't text and drive.
Brock Zabe is under center. They run out of the I formation. You would imagine it will be on the ground a lot now. And they hand it to Cash Richardson, who dots the I in the backfield. 15, spins out of a tackle. He's down near the 10, may have that first down. He needed the 11. Oh, good run there by Richardson. Hayden LaRush made the stop from the secondary for Sully Buttes. But Richardson did gain the first down on that run. He gained 10 yards to the 11. When was the last time Stanley County scored in the 40s? Well, they did it twice last year against Dupree, and they did it against White River. One more score touchdown here would put them in the 40s in this one. And again, they're taking all the time they can. 3:11, 3:10 left in the third quarter. Stanley County 1st and 10 at the Sully Buttes 11. Run out of the I again. Give it again to Richardson. Right guard. 7-6-5. Football lost. Who picked it up? Sully Buttes did. Wesley Whitler After the ball came out of Richardson's hands,
recovered by Whitler.
Wesley Whitler picks it up. Stanley County has their 4th turnover of this game. However, Sully Buttes is very, very deep in their own territory back at the 5-yard line. So there are still things to work out for the Buffs, but it is the first of 9, and a lot has gone very well. For Sully Buttes, not a lot has gone well, and they're backed up to their own 5 from left to right, down 24. They go to Hoven to meet Potter County next Friday night for Hoven homecoming for Potter County. The Battlers had a big lead at our last check over Newell. We'll check some scores again in our Family Dental and Pier and Gettysburg postgame, and also name our Bauman Lumber player of the game. 1st and 10, Sully Buttes from their 5. And the handoff at right guard. Now cutting to the left is Art Corin. He is up to the 10 and slung down near the 11 or 12.
With the carry
by Landon Bain, who's
tackled by Bain.
Been in a lot of plays tonight.
Picked up about 6 on the play, brings up 2nd and 4.
Or Corin gained 6 out to about the 11. 2nd down and 4. But the fact that Sully Buttes, Noah Baldwin, by the way, had to come off the field after that last play as he took his helmet came off, but he's laboring a little bit as he comes to the sideline for Stanley County. 2nd and 4, Sully Buttes at their 11, but the fact that they keep running the ball, well, that's what Sully Buttes has done a lot the last few years, but this is a sign they're wanting to work on their offense still in this opening game of the year. Not that they don't want to win, of course, but it's a matter of working out the kinks in the offense early on. Arcorin through left guard down to the 13 or 14-yard line, his 13 or 14. Holden again near the end of that play.
Barber with the carry.
Barber.
Gain of a couple on the play.
Did gain to the 14. That'll be 3rd down and short. Down to a minute 42 left in the 3rd. 3rd down and about a yard. Temperature, again, not cool, but it's bearable now. We're in the mid-80s instead of the upper 90s.
Please turn your headlights off.
But it was a hot one when this game started. 3rd and a yard for Sully Buttes at their 14. 1:19 in the 3rd. Stanley County leads 36-12, and coming out of a little early from his stance in the I backfield was Lucas Arcorin with the false start, and a 5-yard penalty will back Sully Buttes back to their 9, and 3rd and 1 becomes
makes it now 3rd and 6 after the 5-yard penalty.
And we have seen some whistles blown on each team tonight. But again, in a first game of the season, that's not unexpected. Atticus Miles brings in a play from the sideline. And Sully Buttes is 3rd and 6 at their 19. At their 9, I should say. And the wideouts are 2 to the left. The slot is Logan Severson. The wideout is Gavin Barber. That's the wide side to the left from the right hash. 2-hand clap, snap back to Wes Whitler. Throws to the left side for Severson. Caught it, but it's short of the 1st down. Barrett Schweitzer is there.
Whitler's pass to Severson's complete.
But it's only to about the 13.
Gain of about 4 of that back.
So it's a gain of 4, but Sully Buttes
cramp on the field.
Still needs a couple. And a Sully Buttes player is having to be looked at and being stretched out, which would make you guess a cramp. With 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Sully Buttes with a 4th down.
Looks like
here.
He gained about 5 on the play, so brings up another Sully Buttes charger.
And no, they're going to move the sticks. They say it's all the way forward to right where they needed for the 1st down at the 14. It was Logan Severson who was being stretched out, so he'll have to come off the field. But Sully Buttes did gain the 1st down. Enough forward progress there for them to move the sticks. And the Chargers will be 1st and 10 from their 14. And send Miles wide to the right. In the eye, Arcorin, it's dotted by Gavin Barber. Wesley Whitler is under center. Trying to make him jump. Handed to Barber. Left guard runs over one tackler, 15, 17, maybe about the 18-yard line. For a gain of about...
Barber with the carry. Tackled by a herd of Buffaloes.
3 or so, with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Gain of about 4 on the play brings up
Sully
2nd and 6.
Buttes runs another play. Gain of 4 out to the 18. Down to 10 seconds, and Sully Buttes is going to stand on the huddle and go to the other end of the field. We're through 3 on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, and Stanley County leading by what they led at the half, 36-12 over Sully Buttes.
At the end of the
Wagner
third quarter,
Auto,
your scores,
the one place to go. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
6-12, David Burrow back with you. Haley Hansen is our studio coordinator. And Brian Menning handling the video. Remember, you can watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. Brought to you by Bauman Lumber. Colton Brady was the big story of the first half of this game, nearly 200 yards and 3 long touchdowns, 85, 64, and 31 yards. But on that third touchdown, appeared on a hard tackle to land right on his left wrist. He has not played since, and he has a little sling around that wrist. It doesn't look very good. But it's been generally great for Stanley County. Paxton Deal has a fumble recovery in the end zone. Brock Zabe has a touchdown pass to Barrett Schweitzer. Gavin Barber has accounted for the points for Sully Buttes on a touchdown reception and a 93-yard kickoff return. Now Sully Buttes at the end to our right. They'll go from right to left in this fourth quarter and have a second down and around 7 from their own 19-yard line. The sophomore quarterback in his first start, Wes Whitler, sends Atticus Miles wide to the left side, a wing to the left. The wide side's to the right, but nobody wide that way. Whitler throws to the left, finds Marshall at the sideline.
Pass to Marshall is complete.
With a catch for a minimal gain. And Cash Richardson over there on the stop.
Gain of a couple on the play brings up third down.
The gain was a yard to the 20 and leads third down and about 6. Just underway with the fourth quarter. 4 seconds in as the play out of bounds freezes the clock again. Freezing, that sounds like a good idea after what today was. Hot again tomorrow, so again, please be very careful if you must be outside. We're going to get a little bit of a break on Sunday, but then the lamp gets turned up again, that heat lamp, for the first part of next week. 3rd and 5, Sully Buttes from their 20. Wide out to the right. Bothwell in the secondary for Stanley County. Whitler throws to the right. Good catch on having to turn around for it is Barber. 25-29 first down.
Pass to Barber is complete. Gain of 10 on the play.
A little behind Barber, but he made a good catch. Barrett Schweitzer made the stop, but Stanley County sees Sully Buttes with a first down.
That's enough for another Sully Buttes Charger.
They'll say the knee came down for Gavin at his 27. Our post-game show brought to you by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. And it will include our Bauman Lumber player of the game. Make it the 30 is where Sully Buttes is, and they're 1st and 10. Miles wide to the left. They run out of the I again and run it from Arquin. Oh, and he got really smashed right down the middle after a gain of about 2 or 3. But, oh, dear, did Rylan
Barber with the carry.
Stop that play Suddenly, a
tackle by Shrake.
4-yard gain, but Shrake laid out one of the best sticks of the night right there.
Gain of 3 on the carry, brings up 2nd and 7.
Ryland, the senior, has distinguished himself in the Buffalo defensive front. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 for Sully Buttes from their 34. Clock runs 10:45 to play. And Sully Buttes, again, it looks like the priority for the Chargers is to work on their basic offense because they're down 24. Whittler does fake the handoff this time and throws long down the middle. It is intercepted. Brendan Bothwell with his 43. Right to the 45, but the number's 50, 40, midfield, and out of bounds. And late by Trevor Marshall.
Whittler's pass is intercepted.
He pushed
by Bothwell.
Brendan Bothwell when he was already in the bench area.
Flag on the play.
So that's going to gain Stanley County more yards with 10:18 to go. Miles ran a little curl down the left seam, but the ball was overthrown, and Brendan Bothwell
conduct against the Chargers
has the first pick for Stanley County this year.
15 yards penalty.
Remember, they had 16 interceptions a year ago. Paxton Deal had 6 of those, including a couple against Sully Buttes. Chase Hansen, who is now at Southwest Minnesota State, had his share. He had 5. So the penalty would be marked off from where Bothwell was pushed out of bounds too late by Marshall.
First down for the Buffaloes from about the 12.
It's half the distance, so the return was to the 24. They will spot it on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Stanley County up 24 for Sully Buttes in Oneida with 10:18 to go, 36-12. Quarterback Brock Zabe has Boehm on a wing to the right. Cash Richardson in the backfield. Again, Tolton Brady out. Handoff to Richardson up the middle across the 10, 8, 7, and a big pile of purple. That's where that play stops. But a good gain again on 1st down, and Kolda is laboring
Richardson
a little, but
carry.
he is back up. Cash gain 4 to the 8-yard line of Sully Buttes. That'll be 2nd down and about 6. Stanley County looks to make it into the 40s again. They're up 36-12. A huge first half for this offense. 20 in the first quarter for this team. He's able to hand off to Richardson off a tackle, dragged forward across the 5 down to the 4 or 3-yard line as he was stopped by Atticus Miles.
3rd down and 2.
And 3rd down and about a yard or so near the 3-yard line of Sully Buttes. 9:03 to play in the game. Spotted at the 4. It's 3rd down and a couple. They need the 2 for a 1st down. They need 4 for another touchdown. Will they go to the ground? Brady had the first 3 rushing touchdowns. Zabe under center. And will just take it through left guard himself. Off one tackle to the end zone. Touchdown, Stanley County.
Touchdown, Stanley County.
Zabe, the senior quarterback, had 6 touchdowns rushing in his junior year. He has his first of the senior year. And again, Stanley County is in the 40s. 42-12 is their lead. He also had a 50-point game a couple of years ago against White River, 56 against Sunshine Bible Academy, and 50 against Dupree. That was that late run at the end of that 21 season. A little bit of a mix-up on the 2-point conversion as they had to
play, 2-point conversion
fall on
no
it.
Good.
It's fumbled and it's short.
Minutes 39
but it's all Stanley County. We'll take a break.
Stanley County 42.
8:39 left in Oneida. Now Stanley County 42, Sully Buttes 12, and we're back in 1 minute here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS. Do you have a...
The weather still might be cold, but it's never too early to think about how you want to spend those upcoming summer days. Owyhee Federal Credit Union is running their recreational loan special that offers 90 days no payments and terms up to 15 years. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union get you ready for those sunny days ahead.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Buck Zabe ends a good drive for Stanley County with his first touchdown run of the season, 4 yards out. And Stanley County 42-12 in front over Sully Buttes. Well, this, for the first time in a while, is going to be a season-opening win. We'll have to get the research department out for this. But unless there is a pretty substantial miracle here in the last 8:39, it is going to be a season-opening win for Stanley County. Even Cantu
Barber deep to receive.
Is out here to kick it off.
Cantu to kick.
From left to right. Lucas Harker and Gavin Barber stand back just inside their own 15-yard line. Big night for Stanley County, 30-point lead. They squib it, and Arkren has to chase that back all the way back at his 4-yard line, right to the 5-10, outside the numbers at the 15, cuts back toward the middle of the field to the 20, navigates through traffic down to about the 26 or 7. That ended up being a pretty decent return after Arkorin had to dash back to his own 4-yard line to take the football. And Sully Buttes will take over at their own 31-yard line with a first down. Well, new quarterback, younger quarterback. Whittler, and he's made a couple of interceptions defensively. He's showing he's a good athlete, undoubtedly. But some things to work out. Sully Buttes. Here is a stretch handoff on the right side to Barber. He breaks the tackle right sideline to the 50, to the 40. He sprints to the 30, the 20, the 10, and finally chased down at about the 7-yard line by, finally, Brendan Bothwell. Good speed to catch up with him. The ball came out, but not until after Barber
gain of a lot.
Had a huge run.
Charger.
That's a 62-yard run for Gavin Barber. And the Stanley County Buffalo is on his seat at the moment in the end zone. So that'll stop things for just a bit. 8:17 to play. Stanley County with a 42-12 lead. It was Noah Baldwin who was shaken up a little earlier and now comes on the field. Again, our research department is in progress to see when Stanley County last won a season opener. The research department is me. We have to do it when we can. First and goal for Sully Buttes after the 62-yard run by Barber. They're at the Stanley County 7-yard line. Wide man to the left is Atticus Miles. Wes Whittler under center. I backfield. Hand it, fake to Barber, and a roll right with that pocket by Whittler. Looks for someone open, but he's chased down in the backfield. There's
Whittler with the keeper.
He's
tackled in the backfield, loss of 1 on the play, brings up 2nd and goal.
A good play this time by Hayden Rogo. We haven't called his name tonight, but Rogo is in there on that line. Rogo is the junior, 5'10", 170. Good play there. That is a loss. Back to about the 9. It's second down and goal. Running out of the eye again. Receivers split each way. Whitler under center. Severson is to the left. They hand it to Barber up the middle. 5. Trying to break out of a tackle just short of the goal line.
Barber with the carry.
He'll end up about a yard short.
He is tackled by Bain.
Erin Cantu put a hand on his ankle first, and then Landon Bain finished the play off. But the game
Gain of about 9 on the play. Brings up third and goal.
Was down to the 1 yard line. So it's third down and goal for Sully Buttes. But they're down big, 42-12 to Stanley County, 6:43 to play. Whitler under center. Run out of the eye again with the receiver split each way. The hand to Barber, spins off a tackle and into the end zone. Barber has a touchdown. His third of the night overall. He had one on the kickoff return, one on the touchdown reception. Now he has one rushing. And that cuts the big Stanley County lead to 42-18 with 6:34 remaining. And Sully Buttes will go for 2. Plenty of talent. Just it's a matter of getting some things worked out for this team, but you get the feeling they will put things together before very long. It just has been it was a huge start for Stanley County tonight. Wes Whitler in the shotgun formation as the 2-point conversion is tried. Little swing screen to the left by Lucas Arcaran, and he skips his way into the end zone.
6 minutes, 34 seconds left in the game. Your score now is Stanley County 42, Sully Buttes 20.
6:34 now remains with Stanley County's lead over Sully Buttes cut to 42-20. So let's see if anything is up here for Sully Buttes as far as the kickoff goes. It's down to 3 scores now. Well, the answer is you got to go back to 2017, the last time Stanley County won a season opener. And that was over Mount Vernon Plankinton at Ole Williamson Field, 30-20 that night. So unless there is something big by Sully Buttes, Stanley County is going to break that string of 6 straight season opening losses. Gavin Barber with a 1-yard touchdown run. And then the 2-point run by Arcorin. To make this a 42-20 Stanley County lead. So let's see if anything's up. As Cooper Falkenhagen is out to kick off. This would be the time to try something for Sully Buttes if they want to.
The kick.
And yeah, Barrett Schweitzer knowing this, he's up near the front. They'll make that move where they move toward the football and then spread back out. Nope, they kick it fairly deep. And it's taken at his 21 by Bothwell. 25-30 and out of bounds on the right sideline, right in front of the Stanley County bench by Logan Severson. So 6:29 left. And you can make pretty good educated guess about what will happen here for Stanley County as they'll start from their 34. I would imagine on the ground quite a lot. In our Family Dental up here in Gettysburg postgame, we'll have our Bauman Lumber player of the game. We'll take a look at some scores one more time before we wrap it up tonight. Remember, it's DeSmet coming to Ole Williamson Field next Friday night, 6:30, here on KGFX for Stanley County's second game of 2023, and it looks like they're going to be 1-0. Roxabe is under center and hands it off to Cash Richardson. 35 around left end, 40, and trying to break away, but Wes Whitler
Richardson with a
good open field tackle.
On the play brings up 2nd and 5.
Still a 5-yard gain for Cash, and it's 2nd and 5 for Stanley County from their 39. Still 6:10 to go. So the key for Stanley County in this drive, move the football, because as we say, it's a 3-score game. It's not over yet, but Stanley County just wants to take time off the clock and start forcing Sully Buttes to use their timeouts, of which they have all 3 left in this second half. Again, Stanley County taking all the time they can. Back Judds counts down from 5, 3. The snap is at 2, and the handoff is up the middle, and a lot of room. Across midfield is Cash Richardson. Down to the 47 of Sully Buttes before he's brought in by Logan Severson.
Gets enough for Stanley County first down.
A very good run and a first down for Cash Richardson, who, with the absence now of Colton Brady, has had his share of good runs in this second half. Brady nearly 200 yards rushing in that first half and 3 long scores, but landed hard on his right wrist on the tackle on that 3rd touchdown. That wrist is now wrapped up. 5:13 left. 1st and 10 Stanley County at the Sully Buttes 47 from left to right. Again, waiting until the back judge puts his arm up to say 10 seconds before they come to the line. Count from 5 from 4. Zabe handoff. Richardson again off right tackle. 40-yard line. 35. Another first down. Cash Richardson continues his strong running. Wes Whitler stopped him, but not until he made it
with the carry
to the 33-yard line.
Looks like he picked up about 13.
Or 32 of Sully Buttes it
Stanley
is.
County first down again.
For another first down. 4:45 left. Not that Stanley County won't take more points, because they certainly will. But another thing they're going to take is their time every time. And if we see another ball in the air from Brock Zabe tonight, I'll be shocked, and Sully Buttes must take an Actegra timeout. So why don't we too? 4:30 left. Sully Buttes leads Stanley County,
timeout,
Stanley County leads Sully Buttes in Oneida. What game are you watching, David? 42-20, back in 30 seconds. First game of the year for me too. On 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Athletic Director Brian White taking care of things here in Oneida, which reminds us there's a changing of the guard as Brian stepped down not too long ago as post-8 head coach. After 8 state tournament appearances in his first 8 years there, and of course the memorable Legion Class A state championship in 2017, which was the first for post-8 since 1968. Congratulations to Brian for his hard work at post-8, but being an athletic director takes up a lot of your time, so Brian is concentrating on that. After the Sully Buttes timeout, and a little extra time being taken for hydration, Stanley County will be 1st and 10 at the Sully Buttes 33, up 42-20 with 4.5 minutes to play. And a reminder again, tomorrow night, Twins baseball returns to KGFX with the second game of their series with the Pittsburgh Pirates at Target Field. It'll be on the air at 5:30. Lyman 1-0 to begin the season after going 9-2 last year. Raiders win 36-16 as Kellen Griffith had a big night for the Raiders. 4 rushing touchdowns in their victory over Jones County in Presho. In fact, what are the Twins doing? We'll tell you, as again they're hosting the Pirates tonight at Target Field and leading 5-1 at the end of 7 innings of play. On first down, Cash Richardson up the middle, across the 33, maybe the 32. Not a whole lot there.
Richardson with the carry.
As the Chargers met him well, led by Caden Westergren.
Gain of about 3 on the play.
Cleveland came back, by the way, to win that second game of the doubleheader over Detroit 4-1. So if the Twins hang on to this lead, their lead would be 5 games in the American League Central. Twins and Pirates, 6:30 on KGFX tomorrow night. Gain down to on the 27-yard line. Second down and around 4. Again, Stanley County still out of the huddle, but waiting for the back judge to put the arm that says 10 seconds to snap. Now they come forward. 5-4. Zabe and the Buffs take their time again. And they hand off to Richardson at right guard. Off one tackle. Marshall finally does bring him down, but not until he made it to around the 24-yard line. Good tough run by Richardson. He's going to leave Sully Stanley County just short of the first down. Give him 2 to the 25, and it'll be third down and about 2. Clock keeps running. 3:14 until Stanley County wins a season opener, it appears, for the first time since 2017. They lead 42-20 over Sully Buttes in Oneida. DeSmet at Ole Williamson Field next Friday night here on KGFX, and we'll join you at 6:30. 3rd and 2, Stanley County, Sully Buttes 25 from left to right at the right hash. No wideouts, of course, double wing, and this time on the keeper.
Richardson with the carry.
Richardson it is, trying to go through left guard. B.J. McGee, Bo McGee met him, held him to no gain. So it is 4th down and around 2 at the 25-yard line for about 3 it is at the Sully Buttes 25. And again, Brock Zabe just comes to the sideline, runs in a play. Stanley County will take more time, try to gain the 3 yards, and if they do so, they might be able to run this game out. Paxton Deal is a wing to the left. 4th down and 3. Toss sweep. Richardson wants a convoy, 25, 22, 21. There's a first down, and that may lead to Stanley County wrapping this win up. 1:52 to go.
Richardson,
what a good second half cash Richardson has had. Wes Whitler stopped him.
Gain of about 5 on the play brings up first down for the Buffaloes.
And that's all the way down to the 16-yard line of Sully Buttes. 1:38 left. And if Sully Buttes doesn't stop the clock, and there's no reason for them to, frankly, at this point, just a couple more snaps, and that will be that for an impressive season-opening win for Stanley County. But again, the concern going into week 2, how is the left wrist of the sophomore running back Colton Brady? Now a whistle will stop play with 1:13 to go, as Stanley County takes an Agtegra
Stanley County
timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Why don't we take this moment then to look at other scores tonight. We've mentioned the Lyman victory. That was 36-16 over Jones County, and in these waning moments of this game, we'll take a look at other scores from area teams. In 11B, Miller Highmore Hill played better in the second half, but lost at Wagner 39-28. How about this? They are in the second overtime in winter, still scoreless with Tri-Valley. How about that? More after this play. 1st and 10 for Stanley County. Looks like they're just going to kneel down. And they do.
Stanley County will just kneel it out.
Faulkton area over Ipswich 24-6 tonight in 9-man. Harriet Selby area shut out by Leola Frederick area in Selby 26-0. Sunshine Bible Academy loses at Viber Curley 54-0. Kimball White Lake beaten at Parkston 60-14 tonight. Potter County all over Newell 68-30 in Gettysburg. Still a couple of minutes to go in that game. It should take just one more kneel down to make this official. Timberlake leading Lemon McIntosh at the half at Doug Craft Field in Timberlake. That is 18-6. As They does kneel down, and that will be that. And what a start for the Stanley County Buffaloes, winning their opener for the first time in 6 years. Using huge rushing in the first half from Colton Brady and defeating the Sully Buttes Chargers. Our final score on the Wegner Auto scoreboard in Oneida. The Stanley County Buffaloes 42, the Sully Buttes Chargers 20. Stay tuned, our Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg postgame show is next, and included will be our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. Back with that postgame in 2 minutes. You're listening to high school football on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
What a night for the Stanley County Buffaloes. They win a season opener for the first time since 2017, and they win for the second time in 3 years in Oneida, beating the Sully Buttes Chargers 42-20. It was a 20-point first quarter for Stanley County. Colton Brady with a couple of long touchdown runs. He had another on the first play of the second quarter, but then landed right on his right wrist on a hard hit and didn't play again. Brock Zabe had a touchdown pass to Barrett Schweitzer in this game and also a touchdown run. Paxton Deal, for the first points of the season for Stanley County, recovered a fumble in the end zone. Gavin Barber had a touchdown reception from Wes Whitler, a 93-yard kickoff return, and a 1-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter for Sully Buttes. Stanley County wins despite turning it over 4 times. Zabe 3 interceptions. They also lost a fumble, but the Buffaloes defensively had good efforts too as they win by a score of 42-20. Let's name our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game, and a lot of good candidates in this game. Barber, superb for Sully Buttes. Really an excellent night for him. What about the plays Case Colden made? And Rylan Shrake defensively. Some good hard hits and a defense that really made Sully Buttes notice. Cash Richardson with good running in the second half. Zabe, despite the 3 interceptions, really pretty steady. But no doubt who the T-shirt's going to go to. It's Colton Brady. His second career 3-touchdown game, tying the one he had last year against White River. But again, we'll see how that left wrist is. Again, he had to have it wrapped up, a little bit of a sling on it, so it did not look promising. We'll see how Brady can go next week. Again, next for Sully Buttes, it is Potter County in Hoven next Friday night. And for Stanley County, It's the DeSmet Bulldogs at Ole Williamson Field next Friday, and we'll be back with you here on KGFX. And our coverage next Friday night will begin at 6:30. And remember, Bauman Lumber brings you the video coverage of this game. You'll be able to see the full replay of it very shortly at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. And high school football on 1060, 103.1 KGFX has been brought to you by Avera Health. First Dakota National Bank, Access Health in Fort Pierre and Oneida, Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, Ferding Electric, Fisher Rounds and Associates Insurance and Real Estate, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, 83 Ag, Stewart and Daughters, Sunrise Bank Dakota, Oahe Grain, The Corner, Brett Spray Service, Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Service, Black Sheep Agronomy, Ringneck Energy, and Venture Communications. And these in-game sponsors also help bring you high school football here on KGFX. Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, they celebrate being part of the team. They remind you to buckle up every trip, every time. Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Actegra, CHS River Plains, Family Dental of Pierre in Gettysburg. Bauman Lumber, and Wegner Auto. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you that on your way home from the game, buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. So do it for your family and friends, because you've got someplace to be. Again, here on KGFX, well, in just a bit, classic country to take you through the evening and night. Ranch it up in the Bend tomorrow after Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Twins baseball is from Target Field at 5:30 against Pittsburgh. Don't forget the Vikings on KPLO and KMLO against Tennessee at 6 tomorrow evening. Sunday morning, well, there's a Cowboy Corner with Red Steagall. There's Hockey Talking with Tracy Lawrence before the Twins and Pirates at noon. Sunday's Kind of Country at 5 o'clock. Again, be careful outside again tomorrow. It's supposed to have another hot day, so take it easy if you have to be outdoors, or if you don't have to be outdoors, do what I'm going to do and stay indoors. Thanks to Athletic Director Brian White here at Sully Buttes. Thanks also to Brian Menning for taking care of the video, to Diane Dice for her most valuable assistance. I'm so glad she was in the golf business tonight, because what they use when it rains was a big help in the sunshine tonight. And thanks also to our studio coordinator, Haley Hansen. I'm David Burrell. What a start for Stanley County, winners of an opening game of the season for the first time in 6 years, and looked impressive tonight doing it. The final score one more time on the Wegner Auto scoreboard. Wegner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer in Pierre since 1907, was Stanley County 42, Sully Buttes 20. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and good night from Oneida.